Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com, here with your Friday market webcast. All right, so look, we're back in the box. Back in the box. Both sides have had their chances to get out. Back around middle of the month, Bulls had a few shots up above. Bears had shots last couple of days. They had a little lower band ride that technically is still going. 50-day exponential held things in, and now we're right back testing the 9-day and the 20-day, where the Bulls are going to have to do a hell of a lot better than they have been doing when they get back up to these areas. So it reached as high as weekly pivot yesterday. They brought it back into the close, and it was just kind of flopping around above the 20-day and the 9-day. Now it's slipped below. So that is, and it's sitting between, call it 44 and 46. Whether the Bears can keep it below would be pretty important today, because if they can press and leave it there, seal off the hourly mid band, it's all locked up at 45, 46. So that is your absolute bang the table bull bear line for the day. 40, call it 41, 46. Long above, short below. If you take out this Globex low, it could open a pretty deep move, because it definitely took the elevator up. It could take the elevator shaft right back down. If you get a higher high here, if you get above the weekly pivot here, then you could have happy fun time Friday. It's all there. I mean, they really squeezed them yesterday. As far as the downside is concerned, the bigger picture is this. Here's 4,100. On Wednesday, the last time I did one of these, we drew the line there at 4,100, and all the times where when you get to 4,100 or anywhere below 4,100, the Bears just look so darn uncomfortable. As uncomfortable as the Bulls look when they get up to 4,200. So we remain in, like 100 to 120 handle range, which is what that box on the daily chart represents. But going into today, you can really lean on that 46 area as far as, look, I want to be long against hourly mid, 9-day, 20-day for a move up to weekly pivot and potentially beyond. Or I want to be short against that area for a hard breakdown back towards 4,100 to retrace a lot of yesterday's, squeeze, rally, face ripper, whatever you want to call it. It wasn't really a face ripper, although, it was just very steady. Those are 1-hour candles on this chart. They took no prisoners. They made it difficult to get in. We were in initially down in the 98 area. We ended up laddering up right around 11:30. They just blasted it up and through. We ended up getting in 15s, and we held that the rest of the day. Got stopped out overnight, but that's a hard trade to take. We talked about that in the room, and it's a really hard trade to take if you're fighting things, counter all the time. Whether you want to call it contrarian or whatever you want to call it, you're like throwing darts at every high in a market that's going up, or you're throwing darts at every low at a market that's going down. The hardest thing to do in that situation is to say to yourself, look, okay, they hopped it up top. If they can't take out 15, we want to be long. And, they did a higher high up over the top of that initial reaction high, which I think was 21.5. And once that happened, it was just a heat-free trade up to weekly pivot. It's a tough trade to take. Sometimes you just have to, you have to push that button. You have to push that button and understand that, at least for our purposes in the room, we're risking a handle and a half. We're risking 6 ticks. And if it doesn't go that way, then we'll just get in on the other side. It's when the people that are hesitant to take those kinds of trades are the ones that will just, that are just dug in one direction or the other, because they're letting an ideology about the market overrule price action. They're letting their ideology of the market overrule price action. What you see, in this case price, should trump what you think. Whatever your friggin' theory is. Price doesn't care about your theory. Price cares about price. And the only way you make handles is to follow price. Sometimes it lines up with your theory. Sometimes it doesn't. Doesn't matter. Your theory becomes a lot less important when you are making handles. All right. Everybody have a fantastic day. Be safe, be healthy, take care, trade them well. Have a good weekend. I'll catch you Monday.